So the end of 2025 will be here before we know it, even though it's only the beginning of November. So in this video, I want to share with you some of my plans for 2026 and how I'm preparing for it. But before all that, I'm heading to the gym because in the last video I mentioned how becoming physically more active is definitely part of the bigger plan. Although this video is not about exercising at all. It's 6 in the morning, by the way. So lifestyle changes like going to the gym are very important, but this video will be more career oriented and doing more of what we love and what we're passionate about. You know, my experience has been that no matter what you do professionally, even if you truly love it, there will always be a part that you absolutely hate doing. I have no clue what a healthy ratio is. Maybe you love 80% and you hate 20. Is it 70-30? I don't really know. I'm 34 years old and I've been lucky enough to spend most of my life doing what I love. I started out as a software engineer and then my business partner and I built a decent sized software agency. Currently I'm running another software company where I get to work with amazing startups and startup founders. But as time went by, I started to notice that my energy and passion for what I was doing was slowly decreasing day by day, and it left me feel absolutely awful. Then one day, a few months ago, so it's a relatively recent thing, I had to look in the mirror and admit to myself that a huge part of what I was doing was something that I didn't like at all. I still loved the people and I still loved the projects and the great ideas, but on the other hand, I kind of hated all the admin work, all the cold messaging and the follow-ups. And I also kind of hated the lack of creativity sometimes. And you know, if I'm being completely honest, for me as a technical person, all these AI advancements kind of took out part of the fun of my job that I kind of enjoyed doing. Yeah, I mean, I know these AI tools are incredible and they're amazing, very useful, but you know, I spent a lot of time learning how to code and I actually enjoyed the coding bit or working with developers. And then I remember this Steve Jobs speech and it really made me think.
For the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something.
I 100% knew I had to change something because what I was doing was not sustainable. So I decided to spend the remaining months of 2025 to prepare for a fresh start in 2026. I also realized that if I want to make a slight shift in my career, I need to be very careful and very strategic, and I should probably start with very small goals to really figure out what I want to do next. So this is where I am at the moment, and I'll tell you what I'm planning for next year in a second. But I have an internal team meeting in 15 minutes at 9:30, and then I'm gonna have a client meeting at 10:30. So I'll record the rest of the video in a few hours. Morning meetings done. It's lunchtime now, and I have a quick lunchtime skate session scheduled with my friend Gary. Alright, finally. So it is a bit difficult to plan for 2026 because it's more likely than not that we are moving to another country in January, which obviously gives the whole situation a bit of an uncertainty. But anyway, I set 3 tiny goals for this year that hopefully helps me do the groundwork for next year. The first one is I will change how I do things in my software company currently. Instead of aiming for growth, I will much rather focus on maintenance this year. So first of all, I will have to automate all the monotonous and repetitive tasks in my company, and that will free up some of my time so I can focus on the startups and their products, and I can also focus on doing something else and starting something new. Yeah, but as this is my primary source of income at the moment, I need to be very careful what I do. The second tiny goal is that I want to experiment with this YouTube channel this year. I want to upload 10 videos this year. This is the fourth one by the way. Is it the fourth one? I think it is, yeah. So I would like to upload 6 more by the end of the year, just as an experiment to see how I feel about it. You know, I've been wanting to make YouTube videos for a long time. I started a vlog actually about 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, I'm not quite sure. And I really enjoyed making those videos. But back then it was really interfering with us building the software agency, so I had to stop. By the way, if you've made it this far in the video, please let me know what you think. It helps me a lot to improve the videos week by week. And my third goal for this year is to explore a very different path, and that is game development. I mean, it might sound weird, but when I started programming, I actually started with game development and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so in the coming weeks, I'd like to meet founders and leaders of game development companies to learn more about their industry. From a business perspective, it's so different from what I'm doing right now that I think the wisest approach would be to talk to people first, to see how the industry works, and to see if this is something that I would consider getting into next year. Yeah, that's everything. Those are the things I have in mind for this year. Those are mainly experiments, except for restructuring my company, because that's something I have to do anyway, because otherwise I wouldn't have time for the other stuff. Yeah, so I don't want this video to get too long. There's only one task left for me to do, which is I'm gonna have to pick up my wife and her girlfriends from the airport because they're coming back from Morocco. It's quite late though, it's 10:30. Yeah, long day today.